Hello everybody, I welcome you to another art vlog, and I want to start by saying that this video is filmed in June 2024 and I had quite a big break between filming the last video and this one. So I mainly talked about my break because these videos are from my Czech channel and I am slowly translating them to English. I will also talk a bit about myself and what I did during the break and so on, so I hope you will enjoy it anyway. I hope you will still enjoy my painting, if not the talking. My break was first because of my exam, then I wasn't really doing much, just lying around at home because I had a lot of stomach issues, which sometimes make it nearly impossible for me to do anything, and when my exams finally ended I had really intense pain, so I had to focus on dealing with that. And a few weeks ago I had gastroscopy, but unfortunately they didn't find anything, and while that might sound like a good news, for me it's actually the opposite, because my doctor and I have been gradually rolling out all possible causes, and if nothing shows up on the gastroscopy or colonoscopy, then that means the issue is psychological, and that's not exactly great news for me, because working on mental health can be really complicated, especially since I don't want to rely on medication, and if they had found something like an ulcer, I could just treat it and recover, but when it comes to mental health, that's a whole different challenge. Right now it's early August and the doctors told me that they don't really want to do a colonoscopy because I'm kinda underweight and that can sometimes be a problem. So I will have to talk to my general practitioner about it again, though I doubt he will say anything different. But for the past 3 weeks I've been feeling really good, and it's not because of the gastroscopy, since that happened later. Out of nowhere I'm suddenly able to function normally, be productive, and honestly I don't really understand why, because for the past 2 years I haven't felt this way, and yet I don't think I've changed anything in my routine. The diet is the same, my habits are the same, so no clue what's going on. It's also not a placebo from the gastroscopy because, as I said, it happened later during the 3-week period where I was feeling good. So no clue what's going on, but I am definitely not complaining. So right now I'm just trying to maintain this productive streak while I can. I used to think my inactivity was just laziness, but now I know it wasn't. I simply felt too sick most of the time to function properly, so that gives me some hope that if I will be better health-wise, I can function normally and be more productive. As you might have seen at the start of the video, I went to Egypt in early May. Honestly, it wasn't one of my favorite vacations. I don't handle sun exposure very well, it often makes me feel sick, and even though we were there in May and it was only 90 degrees Fahrenheit, I still got heat stroke, even though I avoided the sun completely. I really wanted to paint there because I had an assignment to do a plein air painting from the school, but the heat was unbearable for me and I could barely do anything except lie on lounge chair. In the end, I rushed to finish my plein air painting at home, but honestly it turned out really bad. It was just to meet the assignment requirements, but I would love to explore plein air painting more seriously in the future. Now, when it comes to commissions, I finished a few throughout June and July, but most of the footage you see is when I finally started functioning again, so it might look like my usual work, but all of these paintings are commissions, which is crazy to me, because I used to do mostly family portraits, which I'm still really grateful for, but those were more like a craftsmanship rather than a creative work, and now I have much more artistic freedom, which I really love. But there is a few things that I'm working on this summer. One of it is driving school. I have had about 5 driving lessons so far, so I'm not exactly close to finishing yet. The goal is to get my license by the end of the September, so that by October, when university starts again, I will be able to drive. One of the main reasons I finally decided to get my license is that I need to get to my studio, to my art studio, which isn't in my hometown. Right now my boyfriend drives me when he has work shifts, but it's super inconvenient because I'm dependent on his schedule. Another thing is tattoo certification. I'm currently getting certified to become an official tattoo artist. I don't want to do commercial tattoos. Instead, I want to translate my painting style into tattoo art. That means I have to build a portfolio, which is another huge task. And since I don't want to open my own studio right away, I need to join an existing tattoo studio first and learn from experienced tattoo artists. For that, I will need a solid portfolio so they can see my work to accept me into their studio. So I plan to finish that by fall. Exhibitions. Between May and June I had school exhibition, but I only had one painting in it, so it wasn't a big deal. And yesterday, however, I had a solo exhibition in a cafe. It's nothing huge, but I actually think cafe exhibitions can be really helpful for artists. Sure, most visitors are just there for the coffee, but it's still a great exposure. In September, I have a much bigger exhibition in a gallery where I will be showcasing all of my large paintings. I was initially worried that I wouldn't have enough new pieces, especially since I had a solo exhibition last year as well. But surprisingly, almost all of my paintings are new except for one that's currently displayed in the cafe. So back what I'm doing right now, I am juggling between multiple commissions at once. One is illustration for a writer. I selected a scene from her audiobook and I'm painting it as a standalone piece. The character's face and clothing still needs some work, so I'm still tweaking those details, but I'm still super excited that I'm able to do this commission for the writer because I always wanted to do illustrations, and this isn't really an illustration for a book, but a commission from the artist all alone. And I have also a few other paintings, but I haven't really started this one yet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's more of a life update rather than a deep dive into a specific topic. If you have any question or topic suggestions, feel free to comment or DM me if you don't want to post publicly. And as I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. There should be more videos coming up soon, since I'm in the studio almost every day now and I just need to edit and upload everything, so stay tuned and thank you so much for watching.